The question was asked why I joined the Tea Party movement. A better question would be, how could I not join? We the people, the citizens of the United States of America, and here Virginia in particular, are the most fortunate, the most productive, the most free, and the most blessed of any human beings ever to walk the face of the planet. We American citizens are the beneficiaries of a form of government based on a meticulously crafted, skillfully honed, and brilliantly written Constitution. A Constitution formed by men who risked everything, including their lives and the lives of their entire families, to design it, enact it, and enforce it. These men, who were educated by their experiences under tyranny in its many varied forms, were able to construct a document that valued our God, our freedom, and our individual human rights, while allowing for the frailties and imperfections of human beings, understanding that these have been an unchanging constant in our universe since time began. In Boston, that very first Tea Party led the way to the implementation of the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, our precious Constitution, and the formation and phenomenal success of the freest, most prosperous, most powerful country this world has ever known. These same men who dreamed of and created such a country with all its advantages to any previous system of government also keenly realized the dangers it would face. They understood that power corrupts and that human beings as a whole are weak and subject to various temptations. They understood the utmost importance of a free fourth estate and an educated and alert citizenry to keep watch on those serving in the government they so carefully designed. For decades now, our duly elected officials, with little or no regard for our founding documents, have systematically chipped away at the republic that was originally established. With the support of our courts and our judges, largely appointed by the elected officials, they have twisted, turned, and torn our form of government from a republic to a democracy, and then to a discordant, corrupt democracy that is now teetering on the abyss of a socialistic, fascistic monstrosity. In the past 9 months, through 2 administrations, the chipping away of our form of government has given way to a wholesale shredding of our Constitution and our rights. Our elected politicians have acted more like prison guards and tin-pot dictators than officials of a democratic system of rule. Our fourth estate has been bought off lock, stock, and barrel and now works hand in hand in a grand groupthink with the most liberal, most anti-American, most destructive officials Washington has ever seen. Our government schools have dumbed down our educational system and the teaching and appreciation of our form of government until the seeming majority of our citizens are unable to recognize tyrannical changes to our system and destruction of our freedom until it's already come to pass, and too often not even then. The last 60 days have seemed totally surreal, as if we are watching a horror movie unfold before our very eyes, with the media in all its forms mainly cheering along with the monster. The damaging changes and power usurpations occurring at such a pace as to create a mental and psychological vertigo in the population, all under the guise of the 1984-ish headline of change. We need change, all right, and we need it now. We need to change the condition of a citizenry asleep. We need to change the thinking of our elected officials that we, like the cooking frog, have not noticed what they are up to and that we will stand for it. We have to change the idea that treason to our cause and our country will be allowed to continue. We need to change the acceptance of falsehoods and propaganda that now passes for objective news. We need to change a Republican Party that stands for nothing and sits dead still and lifeless while our country is stolen right before our very eyes and from under our unsteady feet. We need to change our elected officials and our arrogant judgeships back to reliable patriots that honor and respect our Constitution as it was written, and who realize that it does not have an expiration date, nor is it living or breathing. It was cast in blood and set in stone, and stands in full force and effect until and unless it is amended by 2/3 of the states and not 1 or 3 or 7 pompous, arrogant, power-usurping tyrants in black robes. We need to change many of our fellow citizens from comatose zombies, formed and informed by the politically correct, politically corrupt media, who revolve their daily lives around the next high-definition sports fix, voting for the latest American Idol, and chasing the latest leisure time pursuit, into aware and alerted citizens who understand that their freedoms are being ripped away from them as they look the other way, unknowing and uncaring, indifferent, freedoms that are never to return. Why join in with the Tea Party movement? When our very existence as a free country hangs in the balance, how can we not?